there is a silent genocide occurring in the United States. In 2002, over 1.3 million American children died from legal abortion. Ignorance can no longer be an excuse for apathy. The knowledge of abortion requires this nation to act responsibly. My name is Holly Swim, and I've had the opportunity to work with Kansans for Life. I've also participated in pro-life rallies and events. I chose life for my 4 beautiful children, and I urge everyone to do the same. The first question to ask when discussing abortion is, when does life begin? And surprisingly, most of the medical community does agree that life begins at conception. Dr. Keith L. Moore is the author of The Developing Human, Clinically Oriented Embryology, and he says in his book, development begins at fertilization, a process during which a male sperm unites with a female oocyte to form a single cell called a zygote. This highly specialized cell marks the beginning of each of us as a unique individual. Now, this is just one excerpt from a medical book. There are many more that hold the same view. Even as far back as 1857, the American Medical Association stated this, that the independent and actual existence of the child before birth as a living being is a matter of objective science. Medical experts knew it centuries ago, and they know it today, that human life begins at conception. It may help to understand how abortion takes the life of a human being to also understand the early stages of development. As early as 3 weeks after conception, the baby has already begun to form its central nervous system, its backbone and spinal column. The kidneys and liver and intestines and heart have also begun to form. By the 5th week, the tiny heart is beating. The brain has already developed into 5 different parts by this time. At 9 to 12 weeks, the heart is almost completely formed, and it can be heard on a Doppler machine. Arms, hands, fingers, legs, and feet and toes are all fully developed. And there are fingernails visible on the fingers. This amazing photograph was taken by Robert Wolfe. And what it is, it's a tiny fetus in its unruptured amniotic sac. It was taken after surgery for an ectopic pregnancy in 1972. And it demonstrates the development of a baby at only 6 weeks after conception. 87% of abortions occur during this first trimester. The last thing that women need to realize before they make the decision to have an abortion is the side effects that abortions can have. Women have reported short-term effects such as sadness, anger, regret, guilt, or even numbness. And these effects are related to hormonal changes that are associated with pregnancy and cause women to be more emotional than usual. Most abortions are performed secretly, and this causes the women to not have the support that they need to deal with something like this. So they end up having sleeplessness, tearfulness, and irritability and inability to concentrate. There are long-term effects too, and this is called post-abortion syndrome. And women who have post-abortion syndrome can experience severe depression, substance abuse, and sexual difficulties. Many of them even develop a fear of pregnancy and want to avoid babies altogether. Some women, on the other hand, feel the need to get pregnant soon after their abortion in order to create in their minds an atonement child. And this is to replace the one that they gave up. If you or someone you know is contemplating abortion, please remember that abortion is taking a human life. And that even in that first trimester, the baby has already formed all of its vital organs and limbs. It's also so important to be aware of the many negative side effects of abortion. Abortion is a silent genocide in the United States. We must stop the killing and remember